Hey, what's up everybody, Mike back with another projector video. So a little while ago we took a look at the Toumei LED DLP projector and you guys seem to really like it. I'll link it in the video description if you want to go check it out. So my friends over at GearBest saw that video and said we got something a little bit better, and it's smaller and it has touch control, so let's go test this thing out. So here we go guys, unboxing time. So before we get started, let me show you exactly what you get inside the box. Now this is currently on sale at GearBest for the next couple of days. I believe it's currently at £128. Genuinely, it feels nice. Now let's do this. Oh, there you go. Now as you can see, it looks pretty damn similar to the previous one that we tested, except for the fact that the projector head on this model is actually facing on the smaller end, and the fact that this thing's got like a touch control top, which I'm actually really digging. So in particular, this projector is actually rocking a Roku K3128 processor, 1GB of RAM and 8GB of internal storage, and running on Android 4.4. So is the P8i projector smaller than the Toumei DLP? Let's find out. Now, yes, it definitely is. So the P8i actually comes in at around 6 inches by just a little over 3 inches, and it is considerably more pocket sized. We also get an instruction guide inside the contents, again pretty bog standard, some pictures, and there's no broken English, so I'm happy. We also get in box number 1 what feels like it should be a remote control, yes it is, and a tripod. Now the tripod, we'll come back to that, it looks very similar to the previous one in the Toumei, and the remote control, it's a slightly different remote control. Gloss, no. But moving on. Yeah, very basic remote control, and is typically what's found with an Android TV box and these DLP projectors. And as far as the tripod goes, if you remember the Toumei video, I thought it was brilliant. It was big, bulky and heavy, and we've got the same thing over here. You can see a big lumpy metal collar, and there's a bit of a scratch. And in the big box we get the power brick. Now there's different versions available, so when you go on GearBest you'll see the different options for your power adapter. So that's about it, that's all the contents. Let's move on. So let's take a look at the device. Now this is an extreme example of how mirrored the top of this DLP projector is. I personally really like it. The touch controls are on the top, we'll take a look at that in a moment. It doesn't leave that much fingerprint marks as well, which is again a nice thing. Looking at the front of the projector, it looks clean and crisp. Bit of venting, and you've got the lens. On the rear of the projector there's another cutout. Now this isn't a speaker or venting, that's your IR for your remote control. And as far as inputs go on the P8i, left to right you got your HDMI, you got your audio input, you got your 5V DC power supply and dual USB 2.0 ports. Now looking at the base of the projector, 4 rubber feet. Big cutout is for heat dissipation for that quad-core CPU inside this projector. The 2 lines with the dashes, that's your speaker, I believe. Below that is your 1/4 inch thread for your tripod. And finally on the last side of the projector we find a dedicated power on and off button, a slot for a micro SD card to expand the internal storage, and we find a pretty, yeah, that works pretty well, a good focus wheel as well. Now the projector will support a 64GB micro SD card, so let's fire up the projector, see what the OS looks like and see what the image quality looks like on the P8i. So before we get on to our proper test, I'm going to show you what a test looks like in ambient light. 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I've just pulled the blinds down, or closed the blinds, fired up the projector, and just to show you guys exactly, look at that, it's not too bad at all. The Android version found on this projector is what you would expect. This is running on Android 4.4 I believe, and the only cool difference within the actual Android OS is the fact that you can actually micro adjust the screen. The screen, I don't know what the hell's wrong with me, the screen. Now you can actually go expand it, you can go higher, you can go lower, and all of that good stuff. Now as far as connecting it to your smartphone or tablet, the process is pretty easy. The projector comes with the Wi-Fi display app pre-built, download a Miracast device, and you can connect pretty smoothly. As far as using the projector in ambient light, here you go. What do you think? I think it looks pretty damn good. And before we move away from the connection options, let me just show you what the input lag or response rate over Wi-Fi looks like. So as you can see, from the moment I actually scroll on my smartphone, there is got to be at least a 3, maybe 4 millisecond of a difference, so it's not too bad. Absolutely fine when you're watching movies, it shouldn't be that noticeable. So without sounding creepy, let me invite you into my bedroom. Now that's where I'm going to set up this test. We're going to go for about a 110 inch screen with a throw distance of about 3 meters, hopefully. So let's see how that goes. So hello to the bedroom. Now as you can see, again I'm using the same mount. I've got about 2.7 meters, 2.8 max, and look at that. When I focus in, that is pretty impressive. And this is probably one of the biggest screens I've done indoors. Now I know I did the outdoor video with the GP90, but this is a pretty damn big screen. Now the projector already comes with Netflix installed, and you can download Amazon Video, whatever you want. Yeah, I signed into Netflix and I loaded up YouTube as well. So here's a 1080p or 4K file playing through YouTube. Obviously it's not 4K, because even if it was 4K and the projector could read it, it would only downsample it to its native resolution, which is obviously a 480p. Now as far as gaming, I gave it another shot and it was alright. There is definitely a couple of second response rate or input lag, whatever you want to call it. Here's the last video that I did just to show you exactly what the quality looks like. And you know what, the colours are pretty damn good. Now if you're wondering, looking at this image, it's like got a purple filter. It was actually edited like that. Now as far as looking at a normal image, I'll show you again. Let me just wait for this to finish. Here you go. So here's the an average video. This is a 1080p video that I've uploaded to YouTube, and it's downsampling it, and it looks pretty damn good. It really does. I am actually genuinely impressed. So now if I take a look at a still image, you can see how the colours pop. The blacks are good, there's a good amount of contrast, and the picture is pretty damn sharp. Now if I was to use this projector with a high contrast projector screen, the image would even be better. I'm genuinely impressed. Let me give you my final thoughts. Okay, so summing up, build quality, really good. As far as connection options, again, exactly the same as the Toumei. I'll link the Toumei in the video description. As far as the projector's appearance, I really like it. I prefer it more than the Toumei. I like the matte black glossy finish on the top. As far as the remote control goes, it's absolute garbage. The connection option over 5G with this projector to your smartphone is really good. Picture's got good clarity, colours are popping, and there's a good amount of contrast. Now if you guys could do me a favour, leave me a like and maybe even consider subscribing. GearBest are going to be sponsoring a giveaway, an international giveaway. More details of that will come tomorrow about 7:30 PM, so be sure to subscribe and turn on notification. If you enjoyed this review, then maybe consider subscribing anyway. My name is Mike and this is Tech404. I'll catch you next time. Thank you for watching. The Zakimi H1 is a 1080p native projector equipped with USB 3.0, a LAN port, powered by Android. Get a clear aligned image in minutes thanks to its inbuilt auto keyframe adjustment. Learn more at the link in the video description.